So back in Vancouver with Vancouver's favorite Daniel Craig. Hi Daniel,
Hey.
thank you for joining us again. And as always, your video reaches a lot of people through our Ask Avi Arya show in India, UAE, and some parts of Europe as well. It's now 2015 and awesome weather out there. Huh?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So a lot of people want to know. I know there are two things people want to know, and let me be the first to ask on behalf of your audience who are watching you through our show. One is, how do you remain so fit? You look the same. Is it because you're James Bond?
I've had a lot of surgery. Yeah, no, it helps to have the name Daniel Craig because I have to live up to my reputation.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay, so that
And
helps.
I am in reputation management. So,
Yes.
yeah. So, it's Vancouver. We have a very healthy lifestyle.
Yes, that's true. And Vancouver wants to be one of the fittest cities in the world. So
Exactly.
you're true brand
It's
ambassador
fun.
for reputation management and Vancouver as a city.
Exactly. Trying
Great.
to do my part.
Perfect. And also, we wanted to ask you on TripAdvisor because you're the
Yeah.
TripAdvisor expert. And TripAdvisor, obviously, company still continues to grow despite all these changes and all of that.
Yeah.
But what are the few changes that you've seen working with TripAdvisor?
Sure.
What's happening?
Yeah.
From a consumer standpoint and a hotel standpoint. Or
Absolutely. Yeah, my company, Renown, we do a lot of training, a lot of webinars. I work actually with TripAdvisor and do a webinar series.
Right.
And work with Review Pro, and just today actually we did a webinar for Review Pro, but about TripAdvisor.
About TripAdvisor.
About the latest news from TripAdvisor, and it actually had over 1,800 registrations from around the
Wow.
world. A few in India, all over, and
1,800. That is huge.
yeah, well, it goes to show how many people want to know about
Right.
TripAdvisor. So we talked about some of the recent developments of TripAdvisor, like instant booking. So TripAdvisor's moved from a review site. Actually, this year it's its 15th anniversary. So instant booking allows users to actually book the hotel from TripAdvisor without leaving the site. And it's starting to slowly gain some traction, but it is an alternative. Compete with online travel agencies, get direct bookings, but they charge a lower commission.
They charge a lower commission.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And then of course there's Trip Connect, which is basically a meta search. So you can bid, it's a cost per click as opposed to a commission option. So you've got those two options, and then you've got business listings. So a lot of paid options on TripAdvisor. But what I wanted to talk about is how rankings have kind of changed. You probably noticed if you've been to TripAdvisor lately, traditionally the default ranking is by the popularity index. So when you search a city, the hotels that show up first are the most popular based on the popularity index algorithm. Well, now the default option is called Just For You.
Right.
And it's relatively new, and it's really based on the user's previous activity, what they've told TripAdvisor in terms of the type of hotels they like. Do they like boutique hotels? Do they like city hotels? Do they like hotels with a pool? And the more you use TripAdvisor, the smarter it gets because it's tracking your activity.
Sure.
As well as the content that you contribute, I assume the reviews. And yeah, for example, I know you're going to London.
Right.
When I did a search of London hotels yesterday, typically I'd see the top #1 hotel on the popularity index. Well, the #1 recommendation for me was Sofitel.
Sofitel, okay.
Which is actually number 23 on the popularity index. Normally I wouldn't even go down that far, but it shot up as #1. So you need to go in to understand it and to really see how it's changing results. But this can have a huge impact. If you rank high on TripAdvisor, popularity index, each search result is going to be different for every person.
Right.
So you can't necessarily rely on being #1 anymore. The more activity you're getting on TripAdvisor, the higher your chance of ranking high. Of course, earning positive reviews is the #1 priority, but there are a lot more elements.
So do you think that hoteliers are still being foolish, if I can call them that, and trying to get, going for, paid reviews or fake reviews? Is that still happening, you've seen? Or it's always going to happen?
System? No, that would never happen. Well, sure. I mean, there's a lot at stake, a lot of money at stake, especially on sites like TripAdvisor. You rank high, it generates a lot of demand. So I think there are some unscrupulous companies out there that are trying to take shortcuts.
Right.
And rather than build a positive reputation by running a great hotel, they're trying to buy their way up.
Right.
But that's only a temporary. It might work temporarily, but travelers are going to arrive expecting a 5-star experience,
Right.
and getting a 3-star experience. Well, what are they going to do? They're going to write a 1-star review.
Right.
So eventually, I think the wisdom of crowds prevails because there's so many people contributing, and so I would recommend investing all that energy into building a great team and a great hotel.
Right. So do you think because so TripAdvisor somehow continues to be number one for reviews, right? But there are reviews on Booking.com, on even local OTAs in India, in Indonesia, in different parts. So do you think that TripAdvisor is going to lose its dominance anytime soon, or that doesn't seem to be happening?
Yeah,
Because it's become an OTA, it's become everything now. So does that make it more powerful?
TripAdvisor just keeps on growing. Now they have, I think, 360 million unique monthly visitors. It just
Wow.
keeps on growing and growing. So it doesn't look like anytime soon it's going to become anything but the most popular travel website in the world.
Wow.
However, so I always say TripAdvisor needs to be your number one priority when it comes to reviews. But you're right, their reviews, travelers check out reviews on Expedia, on
Right.
Booking.com, and so you need to pay attention to those as well, because it's going to have a significant impact on
Right.
booking decisions.
Perfect. No, I think both the points that you said were very, very crucial, very valid. And we know a lot of people are still not thinking about how personalization has actually changed the way those rankings are going to affect the business of a hotel. Perfect. As always, thank you very much, Daniel.
Hey, always a pleasure.
Cheers.